Oh, goodness. I really love starting this out with music. I just hope this time it isn't too loud. Let's turn it down. There we go, much better. So how is everyone? Just going to wait for some people to come in. I did take it upon myself to reach out to the source. I reached out to Tony, and, as you can see here, he stated that I'm absolutely correct, right? Now, I do want to mention that Tony is a questionable guy, right? He is. I've got a sound clip that I'm going to play for you all in a minute. And after I heard it, I was like, whoa, that's weird. And I also did not appreciate how he allowed Ryan to treat Zanime just because Ryan is a rich rapper. That was like really rude. And it upset me, but I'm trying not to be biased. I was looking at this like, trying to be just a normal person, not trying to place my bias or biased opinions upon the information that I'm bringing to you guys. Welcome, everyone. I appreciate everyone being here. If you don't care, please hit the like button. Share this. If you haven't subscribed, please do. But yeah, so I reached out to Tony and I just asked him about it. I asked him if this was one of those spam DMs or if this was something more sinister, serious. And I mean, of course, he's not going to probably say that this is something. I know it doesn't relate to Kiely. It doesn't relate to the case. And another thing, you can't just find like stuff like this and then create a story behind it and defame people. That's just wrong. But maybe Tony does have some weird things, it's another YouTuber that is trying to be tied into his story, and it's insane. I absolutely feel sorry for, it was saved in his primary messages. I get that it was in his primary folder, okay? And on Instagram, you have primary, general, and then what's the other one? Hold on. Let me look. All right, so in messaging, you have primary, you have general, and you have requests. Now, let me look through mine. I don't think I have like any weird things saved in my right here it says Instagram user seen last week. Grammy, I'll have to call you back. But right here it says Instagram user seen last week. I was checking the directory and I unearthed your profile. Thought you said, and this, yeah. So that's weird. I can show you guys proof. I have one of those messages, and it's also in my primary folder. And it's like a creep, a spammer, a scammer saying that they're a surgeon and trying to like take me out. So it does happen. And this person is listed under Instagram user. So when I ask him, he agrees. Yes, that's what it is. Now, is there questionable things surrounding Tony? Of course. Did he handle the whole Zanime thing properly? No, absolutely not. Not at all. Hey, Alex, how are you? Everybody, welcome. Shoot. But yeah, so I always try to reach out to the person being talked about. Let's turn this off. Okay. Now, so you see his response. Let's see here. Here's my full message to him. I was trying to be kind and just let him know I understand, trying to explain to him who I am so he would respond. And he did. And he was polite to me and all, and I appreciate that. So thank you, Tony. I don't mean you any harm. However, if you're up to no good, that's not good. I want people to understand, yes, okay, so that was his DMs, right? It was his DMs. But most likely that is just a spam DM. And he said, you're absolutely correct. So he was agreeing that that's what was going on. I can show you guys my own Instagram messages and show you where I have spam messages that are in my primary folder for whatever reason. And their name is listed under Instagram user. But first, thanks to Granny watching, I heard her playing this clip, and I wanted to play it for all of you. It is weird. It's of Tony, and it's questionable. Very questionable. So let's listen, and I want to see what you guys think.
I'm in the pedophilia. Let me just show you a little tiny clip on who the fuck this dude is. I'm in the pedophilia. Or not pedophilia, but necrophilia. I'm in the pedophilia.
I'm into pedophilia. Necrophilia. So yeah, is he questionable? Absolutely. Am I like trying to say that he doesn't do odd things or act odd ways or that he treats people the way he should? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just stating the facts. that this is most likely a spam DM. I understand, that he's seen it, and he gets alarmed at anything and everything. Everything he sees, it blows his mind. His eyes light up like fucking Christmas morning. And I just want to make that very clear. I do actually understand why he's doing what he's doing. In his rap business, he owns his own record label, right? And their tactic, basically, the way they do business, is like a pro wrestling style thing where they create arguments, fights, and drama to draw people in. Just like the whole song thing where Ryan UpChurch stole Morgan Wallen's song and put it out before he could. And Morgan Wallen is signed to Ryan UpChurch's friggin' music label. Like, that's insane to me. But that's the type of tactics they use to get more views, to get more of a following. And when Ryan says he doesn't care about his following, he doesn't care about his YouTube channel, that is absolute horse shit. He does. Yes, he already has almost 3 million followers on YouTube. But I guarantee you he would love to have 30 million or 5 million or any more than what he has. If you actually think that, then you don't understand his way of thinking. You don't understand business. But let's read some in the comments. Oh, I have some crazy ones, even on my messages on my phone. I'm always trying to block them. Right, Lisa Mounts. We all get those weird spam DMs from just bots. They're bot messages. I mean, that's absolutely the reason that Elon Musk, he didn't purchase Twitter. He wanted to look into the bots and stuff. He was part of the whole Amber Heard scene. And at that time, Amber was claiming that everyone on Twitter that was saying something bad about her was fake. They were all bots. Well, I hate to tell her, I did not have very many good things to say after I actually looked into the case for myself. And who is Taylor Lorenz, right? Taylor Lorenz is a big journalist, and she has really awful tactics, I will just tell you. She done Johnny Depp so terribly, made him out to be an absolute dog. I happen to support Johnny, and I think that he himself is a survivor of abuse. That's my personal opinion. We may not agree on it. You may see things another way. But I do know this. I had been in contacts with Kiely, the one that led charge in trying to repair Amber Heard's image after everything. We met several times and had arguments over everything. And it's coming out now, thanks to Andy Signor over on Popcorn Planet, that most likely Kiely is possibly actually Kat Tenbarge, who is a journalist for NBC. So these people have really bad tactics. And I can tell you 100% that they are looking into Ryan UpChurch and the harassment and all the stuff he's doing right now. He may not have had any type of consequences for all the things he's done so far, but I do see it coming. And it's funny because every time he gets by with something, he takes it a step forward. He goes farther and farther. He doesn't stop. He just keeps adding YouTubers to his list of suspects. That's like last night. I live all the way across the country. I mean, I was nowhere close to Truckee, and his subscribers, followers, or whatever were in my DM, well, in my comments saying, "You're involved. You're also involved," because I had Zanime on my channel talking with her. Now, I know that a lot of the things Ryan said in the beginning, that they were really, I don't know, they made sense, right? We thought of him differently. We actually thought of him the way that we saw him before, that he was a normal person, a good old boy, that he wouldn't try to hurt anyone else for no reason, for his own gain. Well, as it would turn out, that's just not the case. And anyone who does not see what he is doing, I am sorry for you. I swear I am. I mean, no disrespect to any of his followers. I really don't. Even the ones that are like so deep into everything he says that they can't even see any reality out of anything. I am sorry. Yeah, and I know his mom has gotten involved, and it's so strange to me that has she not seen everything? Is she not aware of what he's been doing to people, or does she just not care? Is she not who I thought she was? Because Ryan UpChurch is not the person that I thought he was. He is not. I loved him a lot. I mean, I really did. I considered myself part of that fan group. I supported him. I have bought his music. I have been to one of his shows, and I don't go to shows. Okay, I don't go to concerts. So that's saying something. Whenever he was going on about Corbin and how he loved the people and nothing would stop him and just all that nonsense, I bought into every ounce of it. I loved Ryan and Mama UpChurch and Creek Squad. No more though, says Lynn. I just could never, ever look at him the same after all of this. I really honestly couldn't. Like I stated last night, I tried to watch some of his content that did not relate to this case or to all of his nonsense, and I just couldn't. It felt wrong. It felt very wrong. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. And Allie, I seen you in my comments. I love you, girl. And Jess, I support all of you. And when I say this, I'm not trying to cut him down. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I have been as respectful as a person possibly could be. I went to him and tried to talk sense to him. If it's not in line with him, if you're not agreeing with everything he's saying, he don't want to fucking hear it. He's like, okay, bye. And that is like, that's not no way to be, man. I mean, I know you think you know more than everyone else because you're famous and rich. And it made me really sick when he stated, go ahead. If you think you've got the money to sue me, then sue me. Sue daddy. Like, I thought he was this humble country boy. And now it's all about his money and how many views he gets and how many subscribers. He's not the person I thought he was. And I think that's really hurting a lot of his former fans. Let's see, Jade says, right, I've gotten weird spam totally unrelated to anything I've typed or clicked on. I always figure it's a hack spam. It is. I mean, we all get those spam messages. It happens on Twitter, Facebook, every single social media platform. There's always going to be scammers and spammers. If it isn't people like contacting you, wanting your Cash App tag so that they can try and rob you, thinking you got money, telling you they're going to send you money. And, there's that. Then you got the porn stuff, like what we're discussing here. And that is how it would show up. It would later say Instagram user. I have, like I stated before, I have one of those messages in my primary folder right now. Let's see what it starts out saying. It's some weird bot, I'm assuming, and it's like supposed to be a guy trying to take me out. He's a doctor, he said. But yeah, hold on. It says Instagram user seen last week. When they first messaged, I thought it was actually a person. They just said, hello, Brittany. How are you doing today? I said, hi there. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing good. Well, that's wonderful. And then they start going into their scam. They're a doctor from UK, all this stuff. It's ridiculous. And it happens. Sometimes they're not bots. Sometimes it's actual people just trying to scam you. Let's see. Even after seeing clips of him on other channels, still don't like this kind of channel or music. Well, Lisa, you have every right to feel that way. Thank you, Delana. Yeah, if you haven't, please make sure you like the video. See, Lisa, I'm one that never heard of him till he said something on the Summer Wells case. I think that he grew, that's it. He grew more people, like knowing his name, more of a following when he started getting into true crime. And it's just so friggin' sick, man. Because I know that he is smarter than he's letting on. I know that he knows better than what he's doing. And, when he first started talking about Kiely, that's the reason I even got into the case. Because of everything that happened to me before, I wouldn't hardly get near true crime. I did do a little bit of work on the Gabby Petito case, and I talked about the Amber Heard situation some. But I couldn't do it. Then he started talking about Kiely, and I fell absolutely in love with this young girl and wanted to do anything and everything I can, which is why we are here now. Now, why am I talking about Ryan UpChurch? Because Ryan UpChurch has completely caused distractions in Kiely's case. We cannot continue to investigate her stuff without him trying to blame another YouTuber or claiming something crazy, right? Like I stated, I talked with Tony. He seemed very kind. I'm not saying I think he's a good person, but I am saying that I believe with all of my heart that DM is just spam. And he did say that I was absolutely correct. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. He didn't want to speak much on things, and I understand that. I'm sure he's going to press a lawsuit against Ryan as well as quite a few other people I know. And so I'm not going to push them to talk about anything that's going to mess up their case. Reason being, although I do wish Ryan would straighten his shit up, and I wish he would, apologize and do the right thing. He's not going to. He is definitely not going to do that. Although I wish that, it just isn't a reality, right? And this has to be spoken about. He is never going to stop doing what he's doing unless somebody makes him stop. And not necessarily somebody makes him stop, but he needs to understand that when you do things like this that hurt other people, innocent people, there are, punishments for that. You have to own up. If he's the grown man he says he is, then he needs to take the accountability for these things he's doing to innocent people. He's falsely accusing YouTubers, of being involved in Kiely Rodni's murder case. And before it was, her disappearance. Like, what the hell? You are a rapper for a reason. Do you guys remember the people who rapped around your town, how they were, how their minds worked? I mean, honestly, this shouldn't be such a surprise, I guess. I'm not trying to say anything bad about rappers either, because there's a lot of really intelligent rappers out there. I'm just stating that people don't always think clearly, right? Why would you need to be the voice of Tony? Tony is a big guy. He is a big boy. But this is something that is related to Kiely. They got together because of Kiely. They were on that panel, the first panel with Humans Anime, because of Kiely Rodni, because of her case. They do not give a flying shit how many distractions they cause or how much damage they do or who they're hurting. Ryan has been told by many people, like messages were sent from Grandpa to him, just saying, please stop, just as he did with SF Investigates, telling him, hey, stop talking about this. But Ryan don't give a shit. He don't care. He don't care who he's hurting. He don't care that this is a serious case. He don't care because he's got music coming out. He's going to name his album A Girl Named Kiely, who's actually Callie, and he's going to make a killing off of it. And he knows that. Like I just told you a minute ago, we read how his strategy for his whole music label works. It's like a pro wrestling style. You start drama, trouble, and then you kind of let it slide. You milk your way out of it. He may not have a PR group. He may not have anyone in his surrounding that does that, but he clearly understands it, which is another thing I'm telling you. He is smart enough to know that he is doing wrong. His mother, if she knew everything he was doing, I would hope that she would tell him this is not good. Let's see. I leave the decision to those harmed. Incitement is wrong and liable to tool-wielded. It's not legal to try to decide against an individual. And malice, right. And there is malice behind this. False. Everything that he says is right in front of her. Oh, my God. Those DMs were Tony's. Tony did pull it up. He knew that he was pulling it up. We all get spam DMs. Tony verified to me that I was correct, that this is just a spam DM that he has made a big deal out of. Anything Ryan picks up on, he makes a huge deal out of it. They're guilty. They're guilty. They're guilty. He's got his hammer banging it on the table. They're guilty because I said so. I'm Ryan UpChurch. I'm rich and famous, so I'm right. Like, are you joking me? No, it just don't work that way. I'm very sorry. Like I said before, in the beginning of this, it did seem like he knew what he was talking about, but it's just, he don't know what he's talking about. He is leading every single person blindly, and it just is what it is. I mean, whoever this is, Tony's worst nightmare, I have your IP. Come on over, dude. Come on over. Come right on. You see how that works out. All right. So, and there's karma as well. Yeah, this will come back to bite him in the ass one day, I promise. I always thought when people were doing bad things to me or somebody I loved, I always thought, well, they'll never have to deal with anything. They always have everything just handed to them. Everything goes great for them. But no, I promise you, it does come back around to bite a person in the ass. Mysteriously, Brittany, if you're able to check my pinned tweet, it's an article about Ryan, who did this last year, purposely causing drama as a way to sell his music. There was defamation lawsuit. Journey of Justice, I would absolutely be glad to check that out real quick. Let me pull Twitter up real quick here. Twitter. I want to play that for you guys again, though, just to show it's not that I'm saying that Tony's a perfect person or that he doesn't do things wrong. I don't know. He may do it, but I do know that he isn't involved in Kiely's case. I know that DM doesn't have anything to do with it. I know that DM was most likely spam, and he did verify that it was spam to me. But could he be weird or whatever? Yeah, absolutely, especially after hearing this. Let me play it for you once more. And I really didn't like how he treated Ryan. He was no different than any of the other podcasters that had him on. He allowed him to talk to Zanime like a dog, calling her the B word, calling her all kinds of names. And I have to tell you that since I've gotten to know Zanime, she seems to be the sweetest person. Keep in mind, she's from a different country. She don't understand some of the stuff he's saying. I mean, people who have been born in America and speak perfect English don't understand half the shit the man's saying. And that's not to say anything bad about Zanime, because she is super intelligent. It's just that she don't really understand the hillbilly slang coming out of his mouth at times. So I want to just share this sound clip with you guys once more. Again, thank you, Granny's watching. I would have never noticed this clip if it was not for you. Let's play it.
I'm in a better helium. I'm not in a very, but I'm in a better helium. Let me just show you a little tiny clip on who the fuck this dude is. I'm in a better helium. I'm not in a very, but I'm in a better helium.
Okay, so what's the Twitter account that I need to be going to? Someone that is into the deceased like he is. Yeah, that's fucking sick, obviously. I heard some other things that people said that he said, right? I mean, they were taken out of context because they were edited and clipped, right? But he still said those things. I don't know if he was just trying to be like comical. I don't know. That's not really anything to laugh about, but people do. Some people have strange senses of humor and, you know. But yeah, Journey of Justice, please send me like just the name or anything of that Twitter so I can go pull it up. I'd be glad to share it for you. Okay, Savage Studios was a famous TikTok and was shot 4 weeks ago after getting threatened. He was only 31, a new dad, and he lost his life. So please, y'all, let's not threaten. Oh, of course, no threatening. I don't mean harm to anyone. I don't want anyone to go and say nothing to anybody. I don't want nobody to do any of that shit. That's shit that Ryan does. How he talks to his creek squatters. Creek squatters, go over to Tony Dodge and ask. What he's saying there is, hey, go and harass the hell out of those people. I'm sorry, but it just is what it is. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to do it in a way that it doesn't like come. He doesn't do it literal. Like he don't say things literally. Instead, he says things in a way that, you know, insist for people to do these things without him absolutely saying it straightforward. Let's have exactly. Please, let's have some common sense here. What? No, I never heard of. Yeah, it's not funny. I understand that absolutely. See, there seems to be 88 tattoo that Tony has also hate group affiliation. Well, I mean, Tony is questionable. He is. But I'm just saying that DM, it's a spam DM, and it's pretty insane for anybody to be like, oh, you're guilty. Like, it's just a screenshot of a DM. Like, Jesus, people. And he probably don't even have it on his DMs anymore. Let's see, Savage Studios. I already read that. Ryan shows receipts when he allegedly accuses anyone. His receipts are bullshit, though. They're misleading. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. He's not someone I'd be simping. Yeah, I'm not going to simp for him. Like I was a fan or whatever, but when you're wrong, regardless to who you are. And when Tony had him on, he allowed him to talk to Zanime however the hell he wanted because he's Ryan UpChurch, and it brought more eyes and views to his channel. I'm not defending him. I'm just real. I don't bullshit around. I'm only telling you the facts of this situation, whether it be this person, that person. I'm team justice for Kiely. I'm team stop causing distractions. Stop harassing innocent people. Like Zanime, for instance. She honestly cares about everybody. She cares about the situation. She cares about Kiely. And she was taken out of context entirely. And I even fell for it. That's what I'm saying. See, I lost a lot of respect for some of the true crime creators due to allowing Ryan to completely take over their panel with their bullshit. I agree. I don't think she's defending. She's just saying how the messages are not always real. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that we all get those spam messages. And I just told you guys, I can even show you. I have one that's in my primary folder right now, and it's listed under Instagram user. And when I messaged him and asked him about it, that is exactly what he told me. He said I was absolutely correct. And then he explained what Ryan is doing. And I know that that's what Ryan is doing. He's done it before, which we're going to look at. Apparently, there is a Twitter feed that tells about, you know, how he got involved in this the last time and made more money and sold more music. Let's see, that's what groomers do. I don't know that Tony don't do bad things in his life. I don't know. If he does, then he should have to pay for that, right? But I do know that this DM is nothing but spam. The only reason I say that, though, is because of like that clip a minute ago, that sound clip. He's into pedophilia or necrophilia. Like, ew, motherfucker, that's weird. See, so you trust Tony's word then, is that correct? I trust that is a spam DM, and I trust that Tony told me the truth about it. Do I know anything about Tony's like sexual likes or needs? No, I don't. And I mean, I would pray to God that he does not do anything illegal or harm anybody at all. Or, yeah, none of that sick shit. If he does, then, he'll pay for it. All right, so let me pull this up for you guys to show you real quickly. If I can just find it real quick. I shared my live with it. Okay, here it is. All right, turning my camera on. Instagram user sent last week. See that? Boom. And it's some dude trying to, it's a bot, basically. I don't know if it's a bot or if he's real, but it's spam bullshit. What makes you believe him? I disagree but I'm trying to understand your stance. Well, I appreciate you not being like crazy about this and going off the handle and actually being able to conversate with me calmly. I just looking at it the way it is, looking at the message, I do wish that if he still had it, that he would explain it so that people would, know the truth. I don't know that he's going to do that because when I spoke with him, he's not really wanting to talk about a lot because I think he's suing Ryan as well. And, well, everyone else that's suing Ryan can't talk about Ryan because they're suing him. See here. Hope all is well with you and your family. Well, thank you, Delane. I appreciate that. But let's go over it and see this TikTok. I think it was Journey of Justice I need to be looking for. Okay. Journey of Justice. Found you. All right. Let me share my screen out with all you lovely people. And I'm not joking about going out to Truckee, maybe even staying with Zanime and checking Truckee out, doing interviews, showing you guys anything and everything that we need to see for ourselves. All right. So here it is. Ryan UpChurch, Kiely Rodni. Your evil gig is up. This article will show how Ryan UpChurch used conspiracy theories he didn't even believe and made up. He had a team helping him. You'll see why. His team is just a bunch of other rednecks that basically mooch off of him, and they're grifters, and they're yes men to him, friends he's had, and they just continue to use him. They're not going to tell him no about anything. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I don't know if that's Sharon, so I bet it ain't since it took me to a different page. Maybe it is. All right, so let's read this. Right? Oh, I read this to you guys like a few weeks ago. Yeah, thank you for sharing the Journey of Justice. We shared this, I would guess, last week. That's when I was talking about his marketing skills and how he does things, the pro wrestling style. Ryan UpChurch turns clickbait into an effective music marketing tool. The CEO of Holler Boy Records reportedly made $3 million as one of YouTube's top clickbait artists in 2021 and has successfully applied the same formula to promote his music artists signed to his label. Yeah, get that. Morgan Wallen is allegedly signed to him, right? And he took his song and released it before him. Like, how fucking shitty is that? Ryan UpChurch, CEO of Holler Boy Records and also one of the YouTube's top clickbait artists, has leveraged the intense marketing principles of clickbaiting to promote artists signed to his label. Clickbaiting refers to the practice of writing sensationalized or misleading headlines to attract clicks on a piece of content. The entire concept is structured on the marketing practice of creating controversy for views, which in turn bring in profit. A simple process that can be repeated. Ryan UpChurch, who reportedly made $3.8 million last year via his clickbait integrated drama channel on YouTube, employs the WWE style of marketing on repeat. Invented enemies of Holler Boy Records are reported to fans. The fans are then activated to help him defeat the enemies. Just like I was saying, he said, go ask Tony. telling them to go and harass the shit out of him. That's what he was doing. The enemies by buying his music or merch, viewing his content, and harassing them until he deems them defeated. The Holler Boy boss recently staged a conflict between his artist, Chase Matthews, and country superstar Morgan Wallen, selling the story that Matthews was denied entry into Wallen's VIP area. Ryan and Matthews created and released their version of Wallen's new hit single, Broadway Girls, stealing both views and dollars from the actual artists involved in retaliation. The play ran for weeks and confused loyal Wallen fans who rushed to view the video thinking it was a genuine collaboration. This led to 9.2 million views and a huge YouTube payday for Holler Boy Records. However, unlike rap beefs, which usually ends up mutually beneficial, the victims of Ryan's activities have all expressed their displeasure with the false, fake, controversy, revenue-generating scheme. Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, Kane Brown, and viral recording artist Nicole Arbor have all unfollowed Ryan, which Nicole Arbor has a new lawsuit against him for SA and A, with Arbor going further to file a restraining order and defamation lawsuit against UpChurch in 2021, submitting documents showing the artist received death threats from Holler Boy fans who failed to see the ruse. Oh, yeah, I would about guarantee it. While opinions are divided on the appropriateness of Ryan's new method, the drama and discussions indirectly support and strengthen the marketing model, which requires attention to thrive, letting Ryan live up to the villain of the country image he openly strives to create. Well, who is the person that wrote this article? That's what I want to know. Okay. Yeah, we read that last week, but I thank you again for bringing it to my attention now, because it's important. It shows his methods. It shows how dirty he is. Far from it, putting the truth out there. If you don't like my coverage, if you don't want the truth, if you love him so much that you just can't handle this, then please just leave. I don't mind at all. I hope he gets a few good lawsuits slapped on him. Oh yeah, it's already in the works right now. Literally, no joke. Chase Matthews was signed and his contract just recently ended. Chase is his own brand, but still reps Holler Boy Records because it's a family. You don't know what you're talking. Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. And if you don't see it, then you're blind. I'm sorry. Oh my God, here you are using Ryan. I am not using Ryan as clickbait. If Ryan could keep himself, to the facts, if Ryan could actually cover Kiely's story, if he could do the right thing and stop falsely accusing people and causing distractions and bullshit, I wouldn't need to talk about Ryan, now would I? No. And I'm of course I'm going to put his name in my friggin' title. Are you crazy? It's about him. He's being an absolute piece of shit, hurting innocent people. He is making a ruse out of an actual murder investigation. Are you kidding me? Have you lost sight of Kiely Rodni? Like, dude, I don't care who you know personally. I do not care. If Ryan is a good person, like I thought in the beginning, he would never have done any of this. And he did. He does not care. And that is his method. That is how he does things. That is how he sells music. And I will continue to put his name in my titles and in my bio, and it'll be coming out of my mouth until he learns a lesson and stops doing this to innocent people. And I don't see that ever happening. So, you might as well get used to it. Me and my voice will be saying Ryan UpChurch's name every time he hurts an innocent person. So if he doesn't like it, he can take it up with me, I guess, right? Although I would not have him on. I mean, maybe I would do an interview with him, but do you think that I would give him the floor and let him come before other people? No, absolutely not. Let's see. I don't think he even understands what he's trying to say. There's nothing logical about it. Absolutely. If y'all say she's using him for clickbait, then you must know Ryan's using a dead child for clickbait. Abso-freaking-lutely, Lynn. That is exactly correct. And another thing. Ryan is a big, famous, rich YouTuber that's a rapper at the same time, right? He gets on here and causes all of these issues. He has hurt that poor girl so much. Kiely Rodni, the person this is about. And then he hurts Zanime, who's innocent in this. Things do seem strange, but that's because he made sure they did. He made sure to make all the connections. He made all the dots touch so that we would think there was something to it. And then Icked Mail, are you kidding me? He lives in Florida. So then we got this Myro, the white Ronnie, as Ryan deemed him, calling in, sending Tony messages, crazy shit. Hell, it was probably Myro that sent that friggin' bot message. We don't know. But Ryan does things. He sets people up. He sets the floor for the future. What he has his content planned out. What he's going to do to people, he's setting it up right now. Let's see. But thank you for your opinion, Kansas Rebel Man Reactions. I totally appreciate that. Yeah. Let's see, Kayla, that isn't it. Let's see, that is empty as you're jealous of me. And what the hell? I don't think any of my followers, my family is jealous of any other person that's commenting. Church doesn't need this. You say that. That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life. Church don't need the views. He don't need the subs. Are you joking? Do you honest to God believe yourself? Do you actually think he don't want 30 million followers? You think he don't want to be like Johnny Depp and have like a complete country size following? Of course he does. Jesus. Now, I spoke with Tony about his message, unlike all the other people that have talked about it. I went to the source and asked him myself. Now, did he tell me the truth? I don't know, but I do trust what he said. I believe that it was a spam message. Y'all can take it however you like. Also, Xanax is actually spelled with an X, I believe, maybe. I don't know. But Xana Mae is a good girl. Sounds like you're backtracking from what you originally said. I have not backtracked about anything. I'm not going to support somebody I don't know about or whatever, right? I'm just bringing you the facts of the situation. Has Tony said some really disgusting things on his podcast and other places possibly? Yes. Is Tony a good person? I don't know. I would hope so. But was that DM fake? Yes, it was spam. And he did verify that. And besides that, what does that prove? Maybe he's talking to, like, maybe he's involved with like more than one person. Maybe he's into that, like being with more than one person thing, you know? That's his personal sex life, and I'm sure he don't want to talk about it. But he's probably going to have to because of you people that believe Ryan UpChurch. Have you ever considered Xana being a good girl caught up in a really bad thing? That's exactly what I said. So, yeah, I thought Xanax was spelled with an X. These idiots like spelling it with a Z. It went from Tony's DM to bash sesh on Ryan. No, this is not a bash session on Ryan either. But Ryan needs to take accountability for all of the innocent people he's hurt, for Kiely Rodni's family's pain that he has caused, and for all the distractions and ridiculous bullshit he has inserted into Kiely Rodni's murder investigation. He should be ashamed. He is the only person I know that is literally making money, like making lots of money, and going to make money off of his music because he drawed all of you in. But over a murder investigation of a 16-year-old little girl. Are you joking? Are you joking? But anyways, let's get back to being sensible. If anyone would like to come up and discuss things, you can do that. I just ask that you be respectful and polite. I will have to verify who you are before you come up. All right. Dragged into yada, 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 yada. Ryan started all of this. Ryan dragged his own ass into what he's in right now. And when Taylor Lorenz starts to cover his ass, I don't want to hear him whining, okay? Or any of you either. See, why was Tony in Truckee on August 9th and 11th? I don't know, but I'll ask him. I did see where Ryan said that he checked in. I don't know if he was there or for sure, but I will ask. Well, he just came out with a new song I've never heard of, and when he started spouting all stuff. Exactly. He's releasing all of his music right now because he's got all of our attention. Duh. It's ridiculous. Verna, you're absolutely right. And it hurts me terribly to see people that we love, other creators, being hurt by him, like in other ways. He is hurting a lot of YouTubers. Like, he's not using the same method on everyone. And in my opinion, I believe that he is working on a big hit piece against the true crime community. I think he is like trolling us in a way that he's going to create like a documentary that will make him the hero and make the true crime creators the villains. Just watch. All right, but if anybody wants to come up, there's the link. I am going to do a live this evening, just talking about Kiely, talking about the things that we've learned, going over past interviews, pictures, things like that. I do want to rewatch a lot of the AWP interviews because, like I was saying yesterday, in each and every single one of them, they drop us new information. I had a guy on last night who had gotten confused about what Doug was saying about the roads. For whatever reason, he thought he named them east and west and went on, but he didn't. What he said was, this is not a wrong turn road, and she couldn't have accidentally went down that road and ended up in the water. He targeted Anime for telling him it's wrong to dox a guy and causing threats against the wife, children, himself. And then she was in his crosshairs, not before the end. Absolutely. He attacked Anime in such a bad way just because she was like, hey, we need to stop talking about Ronnie. And you got to remember that this stuff was edited out and clipped into his videos. When you go back and watch, it's not as infamous or weird as it looks in Ryan's videos. He sets it all up so that it looks so weird. Yeah, I'm not bashing him, but I am trying to hold him accountable. I may not be the person to do it, but I'm not going to stop talking until someone bigger than me helps. I don't want to see him canceled, but I do want to see him learn from this mistake that he has continued to do. He's done it in other cases, and now this case, and this time it's like extreme. It's extreme. Just wish law enforcement could release more information. I know that we ain't going to get anything till November 1st. Now, you have to question why. Is it because this is a murder investigation and they need time to get everything right? Because in the future, they're going to need to prosecute probably more than one person. Absolutely. That's what I think. Could it be because of the shady shit like that goes on with the Placer Sheriff's Department, for instance? I would hope not. It is being handled by Nevada County. They came out just yesterday to remind people that they are the ones handling the case. I contacted them myself actually to give them some of the information that we had. But also, I was thinking, why has nobody contacted the local sheriff's department there in Cheatham County in Tennessee on Ryan for all of his harassment and all the shit he's pulling online? Like, I know he says he has them in his pocket and the TBI and the FBI, all the shit he says. But if they don't, do the right thing, if they don't protect other people from his bullshit, then they can be held accountable for that. So if somebody were to call one of the people that's being harassed by him and then has like his complete following harassing them because of what he said, and I can point the very spot out in that video from yesterday where he is like sicking his cult on Tony. When he says, go to Tony Dodge and ask, yada, yada, they know what that means. And he knows what they're going to do. So he is actually telling his fans to go and assault people. Well, I got something to say about that. Doug didn't actually go from the party site to the water. He went from the paved nice road to the water. It was different going from dirt road. No, he talked about the dirt road, Ferna. He talks about how bumpy and terrible it is and says he drove down it as well. See, he talked about the road on another podcast besides Zav's as well. I just haven't found it yet, but that's the purpose of going through their interviews. I want to find that again. Just wish law enforcement could. Okay, I already read that. They can't unless it turns physical, can they? Yeah, they can. This is harassment. It's really bad. Like, they can do something. Absolutely. They can go and speak with him. And if they decide not to and they do nothing, then they can be held accountable for that. Just because he's rich and famous, they're not going to do nothing. I guess we'll see. You have to watch them all. See, yeah, exactly. The Nick interview done over on Grizzly True Crime, that was really telling. To me, I could see that he knew right away when he saw Kiely that this was no accident. And, every one of their interviews, you hear more of it. Cheerleading for the suspects. Having fun staying with Zanny. Dear God. So, yes, you have to watch them all. Right, but he hasn't gone to the party site that motorhome would make it there. You just have to listen to all of them, Berna. He did state that he'd been down that road and experienced how bumpy and crazy it was. That's why he was saying that it was not a wrong turn road. He was comparing the nice paved roads to that road. See, the cops aren't going after name callers on the internet. It's not, no. it's not name calling. It's went much further than that. I don't know if you guys are aware, but just on what he's done himself, it's wrong. Okay. I saw him give out someone's WhatsApp in his and he's been giving out information like addresses, phone numbers, things like that to his fans who want to harm these innocent people. That is a big deal, and there are things that can be done about this type of behavior. Ryan UpChurch has a huge platform, and he's being extremely reckless. Like I told y'all before, I try to stay relevant in the information that I gain, knowing about YouTubers, knowing about what's going on in the world, what people are into, all of that, right? Well, I have seen, like, back when Jake Paul, that whole bullshit was going on with the boxing, there was a YouTuber that lost his channel because he had directed indirectly his audience to go and harass another YouTuber. They lost their channel, and I believe they were actually sued as well. Doug said his camper almost tipped over. Yes, exactly. See, he said it was so rough that it almost tipped. He's over the top, but all you are making money off of each other. My channel is not monetized, and the only money that I gain is if someone sends the donations to Cash App or Venmo. And if once I get enough money, I'm actually going to go out to Truckee and interview people, explore the area, and just take footage of everything and try to figure stuff out, try to see what more I can learn. So yeah. Other than that, nothing. And I think that I deserve that. As well as, doing the work for Kiely, But yeah, that's money. And I appreciate those who have contributed. I've had a few people send small donations, and I appreciate every single one of them, no matter if it's $1, $200, it don't matter. I appreciate all of the support. And as soon as I get enough, we're going to be going out to Truckee, and I'll stay with Zanime. I'll get to know Zanime. I'm not into bullies, but to be so open on sending his followers not tolerable, truly. It isn't tolerable. It's disgusting. And this is a murder investigation. If you haven't realized that yet, I don't know where you've been. It's very, very easy to see that this was no accident. Sounds interesting. I watch your channel a lot. Going there. Boots or shoes or whatever you wear on ground. Yeah, that's my goal. I don't want to be on the other side of the country covering this case when I've never been there, don't know any of these people. I want to go there and feel it for myself. I want to bring you guys along, live stream it, catch footage so I can create like a documentary and get to know Zanime. Let her show me around. I want to do interviews with people that knew Kiely, people that worked with her if they're willing. I think it's really important. So look forward to that. And if you would like to donate, my Cash App and my Venmo information is right there scrolling across the screen. Or you can Facebook send donations through Facebook. Either way, it doesn't matter. I appreciate every single last one of you. Yeah. Does anyone want to come up on panel? Does anybody have anything to say? Or is there anything else you would like me to share or touch on? I think we could maybe watch Ryan's newest video from today. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, and if you haven't, please make sure you like the video or the live. Here we go. And I think that Tony edited that whole portion of Ryan being on there out of that live stream. Because I went back to try and find it on Tony's live stream and could not find it. So that is kind of strange. Here we go, guys. Let's react and watch. I have talked about this until I'm blue in the face. When I was a big fan and watched all of his content, I never noticed it. Ryan seems likable because of his editor. The way that his videos are edited make him seem humble and likable. The things that he's saying, like they clip out bad shit. When Ryan just sits and talks and there's no editing and it's just him, he is not a likable person. And it's clear that he's an absolute asshole that doesn't care about anyone else. But due to all these edits, zooming in on his face, him making strange faces, raising his eyebrows, drinking something, whatever it is, after he makes a statement, they throw that in. Just watch. This is another one of his weird tactics.
A few people a little bit pissed off, huh? Dang, that sucks. Not for us, though. But shit, to the ones getting all hot and bothered, let's let them get all hot and bothered. Let's see how they all act. They're all acting kind of fucking weird, aren't they?
See?
All these people getting drunk on YouTube, snitching on themselves, telling us how they fell down a hill like
Another thing, I am the one that brought awareness to her making the statements about falling while she was searching for Kiely and had her kayak out at Prosser. He didn't pay attention to me. And then now he has, and he's going to talk about it. Wow. It's ridiculous. Zanime didn't do this. She's not involved.
a car driving into the water.
But I did not find a car.
You know, this interview that you're watching right now, if we're going, I did not find the car. You do realize that that video was made before the car was found. So the lady who was at the place.
What was said before she made that statement? He likes to clip out things of other people and then take them out of context. You know, how would he feel if we done him that way?
The GPS check-ins. Guess what? He checked in somewhere on August 9th and August 11th. Do you know where that might be?
Let's look at
Truckee.
this. All right. Ukraine people, YouTube All-American Challenge. So what I'm thinking here, it looks like it's something him and Zanime, like Zanime probably sent him and asked him to show support for.
Truckee.
Let's have a look. Truckee, California. Ukraine people, so-and-so. See, check-ins. I wonder if he actually physically checked in there. I'm going to ask him. August the 9th. He was in. So I wonder if he travels around a lot. I don't know. We need to find out, though. I'll ask him.
Pedophilia. We're not pedophilia, but necrophilia. I'm into pedophilia.
There's that clip.
On who the fuck this dude is.
I'm into pedophilia. We're not pedophilia, but necrophilia. I'm into pedophilia.
Yeah, he just.
Again, though, remember what podcast was that on? What was being discussed? I know it ain't funny. It's disgusting. But what was being said? They do have really weird humor over there. Like they joke about nasty things. No, and I don't agree with it. But it don't mean that he's a bad dude or a murderer or a RAP. You know what?
Okay, well, let's just state the obvious about this DM real quick. One, it's fucking weird. Two, the female in this sentence is obviously unaware that this is going to happen to them. Three, I mean, I'm going to say it.
I mean, he talks like he knows everything. Like he tells you guys this is what it is and that it can't be nothing else. That is a spam message. Now, as far as Tony and his sexual preferences, I don't know. He may be a bad dude. He may do bad things, and he should have to take accountability and deal with the consequences if he does do those things. But this doesn't prove anything. A fucking spam DM proves nothing.
Hey, again, it was 6 fucking weeks ago. 4, who is the user that deleted the account? And 5, the dude in the panel yesterday who was fucking screaming and yelling like a goddamn idiot because you were extremely mad that I seen this DM for some reason. Everybody was in there saying
that's what everybody's saying. It ain't the DM itself, it's his reaction to it. Tony is a really strange person. He likes to repeat himself. He acts as if he's a commentator. Like Ryan Jones. Are you real Ryan? Are you real Ryan? And then as time went on, yeah, they got into a fight and they argued. But he was being harassed, dude. And falsely accused. Of course he's going to get upset. And he's dealing with Ryan UpChurch, who has a humongous following, and he knows what's coming for him.
saying, well, if you ain't got nothing to hide, Tony died, you fucking freak, then click on it and show us you ain't got nothing to hide.
And how could he click on a screenshot, dude? Like, what if he don't have that message anymore? What if he deleted it? You know?
What does he say? Oh, I don't have to.
And he don't. But, I mean, should he? He probably should clear this up. Yeah.
And this fucking asshole is like, leave him alone. You can't even look at the DM even if you wanted to. Yes, the fuck you can, stupid. Let me show you. So, you know, way back in the beginning when all this started, like the first 48 hours when I was like, yep, it was definitely his anime. And everyone's like, no, it's not. You're fucking crazy. Stop smoking crack. Oh, you do remember that? Yeah, me too. Well, at the time, remember the Ronnie Jones character was like, hey, look at me. I seen everything at the party with my own.
Ronnie Jones, if you're listening to this, and I know you will be, get up with me. I would like to interview you and get your input. I did find everything you said on It Could Males to be extremely strange. I do feel that it was either you at the party with the cocaine or your cousins were there and there's more to it. I don't know. So I'd like to speak with you and let's clarify that. Ryan did bring attention to some things that were strange and notable, but he's like, now he's getting to the point where every YouTuber he's trying to connect to this. Anybody that has said anything he doesn't like, he goes after them.
Oh, nice. You know, the same Ronnie Jones Anime's like, hey, leave him alone. He didn't do nothing. He's a regular guy. Well, guess what? I still have his DMs. And guess what? He deleted his channel too. So for the guy on Tony's panel.
A lot of people are deleting their shit because of Ryan and his fucking cult. So, you know, you got to think of that too. And he's also the reason that we don't have nobody to talk to anymore. All of the people that know Sammy will not come, or all the people that knew Kiely, just like Sammy, they're all too afraid to come out and do interviews with us because they're afraid of the scrutiny that Ryan will cause. It's just the truth.
Panel the other night being like, leave Tony alone. Even if he did click on it, you can't see nothing.
Fucking deleted account. Even if he wanted to show the messages, he can't, bro. It's not there anymore.
Okay, well, that isn't necessarily true. That is a spam message, just like the one I showed you on my phone. And the messages would still be there even after they do whatever. So that ain't true. But most likely Tony's probably deleted the DM. Which I am going to ask him that question also.
It's a deleted account.
So what was you saying, guy in Tony and Exanime's panel? Was you saying that you can't see messages after someone deletes their shit?
Even if he wanted to show the messages,
Yeah, that's not true. That's crazy. August 11th.
That's a lot of August 11ths from people who are in the same exact place that don't know who
Let's back it up a little bit. See what he said about this.
happened on August 11th. No, not the fact that Tony's GPS on Facebook says he was in Truckee. No, not the fact that Zanime was getting all her canoe shit ready to go canoe and Truckee over a car for no reason. I'm talking about Sammy's interview that you had.
Check It TV was out in a canoe with his dog that same day. Zanime was in her kayak.
Had Tony Dodge on August 11th.
You do wonder how Sammy knew to go to Tony Dodge. I mean, such a small channel. That's the reason it drawed in Ryan UpChurch. I wonder if, it's where Zanime's local and she'd been on his podcast. I'll find that out.
That's a lot of August 11ths from people who are in the same exact place that don't know who each other are. Oh yeah, did I mention Tony's a locksmith? Oh yeah, did I mention we found 3 properties in his name? Did I mention one of the properties is a house?
Here he goes, all that doxing shit.
House that has a fuck ton of fucking smashed car shit in the back. Bunch of trailers and shit and cars with tags that don't mean nothing. It's all these, taking stuff to stay awake because they're freaked out and scared the feds are gonna kick their door in for whatever's on their fucking fishing for his entire stream. Then some crack whore does a pot belly dance for us.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun last night.
Yeah, apparently we're gonna go get fucking looked up and shit like it's really happening. Yeah, really happening.
Come and pick the girls up for us.
There is something weird that happens on the stream that Ryan shows. It is pretty creepy.
Yeah, let's get that party.
There it is.
In the back.
Yeah, let's get that party. Cognac garbage.
Odd.
Yeah, and then she does the itchy, scratchy shuffle for goddamn 2 minutes, and I'm not watching it. But watch, I'm gonna fast forward. Watch when the stream comes back on. Look at all their faces.
They're like, what?
Yeah. These are the motherfuckers on YouTube late at night. These fucks. All these weird motherfuckers.
Zoom in so he seems
They do.
likable.
To the lady
Relatable.
claiming she's gonna come to my house today and kill me. Listen, bitch, I will
Oh my
fucking hit
God.
you with a Can-Am going 70 goddamn miles an hour.
Somebody's actually threatened him.
Premeditated.
Nobody needs to threaten anyone or harass anyone.
We gonna come to your house. Yeah, you fucking do that. You ever seen a deuce and a half run over a goddamn car? And you should be. You know why? Because people are sick and fucking tired.
I think he's making threats towards YouTubers. I really do. Makes you wonder. Things that make you go, Oh, I don't believe him. See, I got a question. What makes you think he's going to be honest with you after he denies everything? Like I stated, I don't know that Tony Dodge is a great person. I don't. I do believe that DM is just a bunch of bullshit spam. I really do. I asked him about it, and he says that that's what it is. So I do believe that. Is Tony a questionable guy? Yeah, sure he is. I'm going to get to know him too. I'm going to go over on his podcast the next time he's live and talk with him. But I appreciate all you guys. Let me try to catch up on your comments before I end the stream. Hey, Bree, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you so much. Hey, girl, I really got to turn my notifications. Missed the beginning of the work kitchen. Thank you, darling. We're doing well. Just discussing this whole new bunch of bullshit that Ryan has caused, more distractions, I guess. It's how he is in person. Laugh aloud. All the jokes, name calling, clickbait aside, they're sketchy. He ain't wrong. Another channel said Tony joined the Ukraine group February 2022. Okay, well, that makes you wonder. I don't know. Heck, Ryan is sketchy. Yeah, he is. It makes you wonder what he's up to. He's got the police in his pocket, the TBI, the FBI. Why do you need them in your pocket? What illegal activities are you doing? There for a while, he was covering his local police. There was one officer that was like following him and questioning him about drugs and stuff. Then you had Nicole Arbor saying he had people buried in his yard. Who is Ryan UpChurch? Seriously, who is he actually? Because he's not the person I thought he was. He's not this humble country boy that respects women and loves his mama. He's none of that. He's exactly the opposite. And it's disheartening to find out that for me, it's been 5 years. For 5 years, I thought he was this when he's actually that, Pray to God for answers, right? I sell online full time. I have every social media account known to man. Never have I got a spam message that said anything like that. That's unique, Tennessee. So you have never gotten a weird spam message, not ever, in your DMs? Because that's strange. I get them on every single platform. LOL, running people off the internet with words make less sense than... No, have you ever been depressed or been, bullied and treated terribly by someone? I guess if you've not been, I guess you don't understand. But when you've got millions of people coming after you because a rich rapper sent them, it can be overwhelming, Who keeps spamming their... I don't delete my messages. I mean, not normally. Sometimes I'll delete stuff, but most of the time it stays there. Maybe he just hadn't deleted it yet, Follow the money in the Rodney case. Michelle Murray, that is a very smart comment. Not blatantly asking for that in Tony's. I'll blatantly talk to Tony and ask him about things. I don't care one bit to be upfront because I'm not trying to beat around the bush. I'm being serious. That's not about Kiely's case. He has nothing to do with Kiely's case. But Ryan UpChurch has caused this issue, and I plan to get to the bottom of it. We've got to move along. We've got to get back to the point. This evening, I will be doing a live stream where we will be talking about the evidence, the photos, the media, all these things. And also, I'm going to, hopefully I can get Santa Mae back on and we can talk about Truckee, the area, and just other things, other questions we might have. Just let her join in if she would like. If not, that's okay. I do have a couple other guests lined up. I get them all the time. If your SM is public, you usually do. It might not say what it is said, but nonetheless, I get them. Yeah, like maybe he messaged back. Maybe it started out like, hey, because sometimes it does. Sometimes they're actual people like from foreign countries that are just trying to scam you out of money. Maybe he replied. Maybe he thought it was a real person. I don't know, but he did say it was a spam DM, and I believe that. Follow money. See, I live up the road from church. He's not a bad guy. I thought he's wired different. I believe that Ryan UpChurch is going through something. I have come to the conclusion that maybe he's been fake all along. I would like to think that he hasn't. I would like to think this is some type of episode he's going through. I'd like to think that it's the people he has surrounded himself with and the fact that his fans will allow him to do and say anything and everything. I wish that his fans cared about him enough to, say, hey, this ain't right, but that'll never happen. So why not show it, end it? We wouldn't be talking about this today. Listen. Nobody asked Ryan UpChurch to do the shit that he's doing. Okay. No one asked him to. He has chosen to do this. He has chosen to bring attention to himself and draw attention away from Kiely Rodni. I will cover his bullshit and hold him accountable, as well as continuing the actual investigation into what happened to Kiely Rodni. I will help find justice for Kiely Rodni one way or another with all of your support and with all the haters. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. That's my goal. I will get out to Truckee and I will do this. I will do a documentary and it will be good and it will be informative because I will go straight to the source. There's no sense in just falsely accusing people and taking like things like that, a screenshot that shows a DM from a fucking spam thing, a bot, out of context to make somebody look like they're guilty of something. Like, what does that make him guilty of, people? Like, exactly. What exactly can you prove that message ties him to? Absolutely nothing in the Kiely Rodni case. I mean, it is like weird and it's not good, but there's no proof of anything. And it's a spam message. See, you do have to wonder how Tony got the interview with Sammy. His channel was pretty much unknown in true crime. And with all the Summer Wells, Watts, and Petito coverage, I think I'd have seen it before. Now, listen, I remember Tony from back in the day with the Chris Watts stuff. I do. I don't know why, but I remember his channel. I don't know if he had to start over. I don't know, but I do remember him from before. It's weird. I remember all of his, like the background, all of that. I don't know when he started this new channel. I don't know what happened to his old channel, but I used to have another channel, Mysterious Case Files. I've restarted that channel. It's just spelled differently. I just took out all the bullshit. It's just Mysterious Case Files. And I will most likely be putting the documentary and stuff on that channel. So if you're not subscribed to Mysterious Case Files, which is linked in my bio of this live stream, you might want to and turn on the notifications. The only way the attention goes to church instead of the case is if y'all feed in. No. Ryan is doing this, okay? You got to stop this. He has to be held accountable for his own decisions. You can't blame everybody else. Sorry. I'm not saying Ryan is right. Just that there are some interesting questions. He does have interesting questions. He does. I'm not the type of person, like, I'll just tell you straight like it is. I'm not on anyone's team. I do wish that he would do better. I wish that he would apologize and make certain things right. But he's not going to, because this is his strategy for music. And now he's applying it to the true crime world. It's crazy. Let's see. It says this channel was created in 2013. Exactly. Okay, Bree McGee. I thought so, because I remember him covering the Chris Watts case. All right, y'all. So would anyone like to come up before we end this live? If not, I'm going to get ready and hit the road. We've got a lot to do today. I will set up the live stream for this evening for Kiely. And Bree, I would love to have you on. I appreciate everything that you've sent me, all the help that you've provided for Kiely. You're welcome to come up now if you'd like to come up and just say something. Oh, well, let's see. Huh. Hang on. Sadie's messaging me from school, which is weird. All right, y'all. I got to go. I'll see you this evening. Love you guys. Toodles.